Physical features of Earth's surface. Earth's outermost layer is fragmented into a dozen or more large and small plates that are moving relative to one another as they ride atop water, more mobile metal. The breaking and bending of Earth's crust under internal forces of Earth is termed tectonic movements. These forces cause rock to bend, fold, change, break. They cause the landforms to change, mountains and basins to form. This all occur due to the force or the differential stresses acting upon the rocks. We will look into some of the landforms generally produced due to the tectonic movements in continents and oceans. The ocean basins are not featuresless Earth's surface. Much of our knowledge about the topographic features that exist here are derived from the following technologies: seismic surveying, echo sounder, and the measurement of the height of sea surface by satellites. The world underwater has one type of features are above the water. Some of the dominant topographic features associated with the ocean basins include coast, continental shelf, continental slope, continental rise, and ocean. Continental shelf. Continental shelf is a shallow, average depth 130 meters. 130 meters gently sloping part of the continental crust that borders the continents. The extent of these features varies from tens of meters to a maximum width of about 1300 kilometers. The continental slope. The continental slope extends from the continental shelf at an average depth of about 135 meter. The width of the slope varies from 20 to 100 kilometer. Both the continental shelf and slope are considered structurally part of the continents even though they are below the earth's surface, below the sea surface. The boundary between the continental slope and shelf is called the continental shelf break. At the bottom of the continental slope, one will find the continental ridges. Continental an underwater hill composed of tons of accumulated sediments. Beyond the continental ridge stretches the abyssal plain. Beyond the continental ridge stretches the abyssal plain, an extremely flat area of seafloor which is also incredibly deep. The flatness of the abyssal plain is interrupted by the massive underwater mountain chains near the tectonic boundaries of the Earth's place. These mountain chains are termed as mid-oceanic ridge. Mid-oceanic ridge is normally found rising above the ocean floor at the center of the ocean basins. These features are involved in the generation of new oceanic crust from volcanic features produced by the mantle of whaling. Some volcanic islands are part of the mid-ocean ridge system island. The mid-oceanic ridge constitutes 23% of the Earth's surface. In the center of the mid-oceanic ridge is a reef valley between 30 to 50 kilometer wide that dissects 1000 to 3000 meters deep in the ridge system. Ocean trench. Ocean trenches are long, narrow, steep-sided depressions found on the ocean floor that contain the greatest depths in the ocean, 11,000 meters to 11,000 meters in Western Pacific. There are 26 oceanic trenches in the world, 3 in the Atlantic Ocean, 1 in the Indian Ocean, and 22 in the Pacific Ocean. Figure 10p3. Figure 10p3. Generally, the trenches mark the transition between continents and the ocean basins, especially in the Pacific Basin. Trenches are also the tectonic areas. Mountains. A feature that towers or rises above the level of surrounding area more or less abruptly. Usually, mountains occur in chains or ranges. Have complex structures due to folding, faulting, volcanic activity, igneous intrusions, etc. Different types of mountain have different method of origin. Types of mountain: fold mountain, block mountain, volcanic mountain, and residual mountain. Fault mountain. It results from the Earth's crust being compressed from the sides. The layer of rocks in the crust are pushed up to form a fault mountain. Alps, Himalayas, Andes are the examples. Block mountain. Mountain formed due to faulting. A part of the land block is depressed so that the remaining block stands conspicuously above the surroundings. The uplifted section is termed the block mountain horst. When the middle section falls down instead of going up, it forms the Rift Valley Graben. Volcanic mountain. The outrushing magma forms the fissures. The crust of the earth at the place in the dome mountain form in such a way are called volcanic or laccolith mountains. Volcanoes emit gases, liquid, solid as well. The gases are lost in atmosphere, but the liquid and solid get accumulated and heaps around the fissure or orifice. Different continued During continued activity for years, the accumulation grew into an enormous size, justifying the name mountain. Residual mountain. When existing mountains or plateaus are in eroding state, the resulting structure are called residual mountains or relicate mountains. The eroding agents are snow, wind, rain. They erode the softer materials from the existing mountain, thus reshaping the lower hills and valleys. Resi- Residual mountain. When existing mountains or plateaus are in eroding state, the resulting structure are called residual mountains or relicate mountains. The eroding agents are snow, wind, rain. They erode the softer materials from the existing mountain, thus reshaping the lower hills and valleys. Plateaus. Plateaus or tablelands are relatively flat area. Each one side may rise steeply from the flat area, while other side may drop steeply from the flat area. In some plateaus, all the sides may drop away. Types of plateaus: Piedmont Plateau, lying at the base of the mountain. Intermont Plateau, surrounded by mountain ranges. Continental, flat, large island plateau. Example: Greenland. The Tibetan Plateau is the highest plateau in the world with the altitude more than 4,000 meters, sometimes termed the roof of the world. Seals. The larger region of exposed basement rock, Precambrian igneous rock, older than 570 million years old and sometimes dates back to 3.5 million years, with gentle convex surface surrounded by sediments. Origin is mostly volcanic, but high-grade metamorphic rocks also found. Tectonically stable are relatively flat regions where mountain building, faulting, and other tectonic processes are greatly diminished compared with the activity that occurs at the margins of the shield and the boundaries between tectonic plates. So this much for today.